Welcome to the sixth poem of class 10th English book First Flight. The poem name is Amanda, written by Robin McHugh Klein. Firstly, about the poetess. Robin McHugh Klein is an Australian author of books for children. She was born on 28th February 1936 in Campsie, New South Wales, and now resides near Melbourne. Melbourne, you might remember that stadium where is famous. Her stories are famous as a children's story and young adult fiction. She has made movies and TV shows named Hating Allison Ashley, Halfway Across the Galaxy and Turn Left, Say a Little Prayer, and she has been awarded with the Tromkin Medal, Grammy Award for Best Music Film. Let's see the poem. About the poem firstly. This poem is about a little girl named Amanda. And in this poem, the poetess has described about Amanda's mind, who is constantly instructed about do's and don'ts. She is instructed not to hunch her shoulders and to sit properly. She is asked to complete her homework and tidy her room. She is forbidden to eat chocolates. Forbidden means she is stopped to eat chocolates. But Amanda, she is dreaming all the time when she is being scolded. She thinks that she is a mermaid and happily swimming in the lonely sea, where she is only the lonely inhabitant of the sea and she is swimming there. Then she thinks in the next stanza that she is an orphan and she is roaming in the street freely without any interruption, and she is making pattern with her barefoot, nange pair. Next one is here that she thinks that she is Rapunzel and she has golden hair, long hair. She is in a tower and she is feeling very happy and free because she is lonely there and she doesn't allow anyone to come on this tower. She doesn't pay attention of what is being said to her. She doesn't listen that what is being said to her. Then she is scolded for being moody and sulking at all the time by, you have to guess who is speaking to her. Now let's go ahead with the stanza. This is the first and second stanza. In the first stanza, she is commanded, don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. So this is the instruction given by the speaker one. You have to decide that who is the speaker one. Speaker one says that don't bite your nails and don't hunch, meaning you see that bend. Don't bend your shoulders and don't sit slouching. Slouching means lazily. Don't sit lazily. Sit straight. Sit very energetically. Then Amanda starts thinking. She doesn't give any answer and she starts thinking. What she thinks? There is a languid. Languid means relaxed, peaceful. No any kind of noise. There is languid emerald sea. There is a sea. Emerald sea here, it means emerald is a kind of gem. It looks dark green. So she says that there is a peaceful sea, emerald colored sea, where the soul means lonely, alone, where the only inhabitants is me. Inhabitants means resident or dweller. She says that I am the only dweller of that sea, which color is like emerald one. The sea is peaceful, where I am the lonely, I am alone living there. A mermaid, I am a mermaid. Drifting means happily, moving slowly, and blissfully means happily. Drifting blissfully, very slowly I am enjoying and swimming happily. So understood what she thinks? She thinks that I am the inhabitant of a lonely sea where there is no one. I am happily enjoying my life, swimming very slowly. That is the stanza first and second. Now see the second, third and fourth one. Here again the speaker one commands, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. That is the commanding word by the speaker one, that did she complete it? She is asking Amanda that completed her homework or not. And what about the room? She cleaned or not? And then she said that I thought means I told you earlier, I told you to clean your shoes. Did you do that? That is the question asked by the speaker 1. And the speaker 2, who is Amanda, she says, she doesn't say anything, rather she is dreaming. What she is dreaming? I am an orphan. Orphan means a child without parents. I am an orphan. There is no one behind her. Roaming in the street. I pattern soft. I pattern soft means she is making pattern with the leg. Dust with my hushed bare feet. She said that I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet, very peacefully with my bare feet. Bare feet means without shoes, without slipper. I make pattern on the soft dust and enjoying. She is enjoying that orphan life. She says that silence is golden. Silence is golden. It means here golden means very precious. And silence here, you know, that peace. So she said that this peace, this quietness is very much precious for me. The freedom is sweet, and this freedom is very enjoyable, very likable, very sweet. So there is a metaphor, you remember that two things are compared here without using as or like. So golden with silence and sweet with freedom, or freedom with sweet. So there is a poetic device, that is here metaphor. One more thing you have to remember, you see that here Amanda A, again Amanda A, but shoes is B, again Amanda A. So rhyming scheme is A, B, A. And here is the street, feet, sweet. So in all there is one rhyming scheme, that is C, C, C. So overall rhyming scheme of all these is A, B, A, C, C, C. That is the rhyming scheme of all the stanzas, this one of this poem. So I hope you might have understood this one. Meaning here it is given here. You see the next stanza. She says that don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me? I'm speaking to you. When I'm speaking to you. Once again, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Here she is commanded by the first speaker that don't eat chocolate. And you remember your acne, pimple, that is small pimples on the face. You remember that one. So don't eat chocolate. And she says, she is asked that, will you please look at me? The speaker is saying that look at me when I'm speaking to you. Don't look here and there. And again, that Amanda, what she does? She starts dreaming. What she dreams? She said that I'm Rapunzel. I have not a care. I'm Rapunzel and I don't care anyone. Life in a tower is tranquil. Tranquil means peaceful. She said that in tower, life is very peaceful and rare, means very uncommon. It is not with everyone. She said that I will certainly never let down my bright hair, bright golden color hair. She has, Rapunzel had bright golden color hair. She said that I will not let my hair down so that anyone can come in that tower. I will live alone happily without anyone. See that here you might have heard about the Rapunzel. I am just going to give you quick story about Rapunzel. Rapunzel is a story of an fairy tale. Rapunzel is a princess, young princess. Young means a child. When she was very small, very young at age, she was kidnapped by a witch, and the witch kidnapped princess and took her in a magical tower. She made a magical tower. The tower did not have any base. There was no stairs. There was no way to climb on the tower. And the witch kept Rapunzel in the tower. In tower, she grew up, and she considered the witch as the mother because she did not meet anyone else rather than the witch. So she did not know anything about the outer world. She had a beautiful golden hair and very long hair. So she used to hang her golden hair down so that the witch, her mother, could climb on that tower. And in this way she was living there. So here Amanda said that I would not let my hair down so that no one could come on that tower, and she would be alone living their peaceful life. Next one, you see that the next stanza here, stop that sulking at once. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So here the speaker is saying that stop that sulking. Sulking means getting annoyed or irritated. Stop that getting annoyed. You are always so moody. Moody means unfriendly. You are always unhappy and unfriendly, Amanda. If anyone would see that, then would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So the speaker is saying that if anyone will see and listen this conversation, so will think that I am nagging at you, I am again and again just torturing you, I am repeating the same question again and again. So please don't do like that. This one is said by speaker 1. I hope you might have understood all these stanzas, 7 stanzas nicely. Now you see that these are the poetic devices which have been used here. The first one, anaphora. Anaphora means repetition of particular word in the first and second line and third line, or any 2 lines. Here don't has been repeated, so it is anaphora. Assonance and alliteration. Earlier also we have studied that assonance means repetition of vowel sounds and alliteration means repetition of consonant sounds. So here O sound is repeated in second one, and here in stop that sulking S sound is repeated, so it is alliteration. Repetition means repetition of a particular word in stanza. So here Amanda has been repeated again and again. Metaphor, I told you that emerald seas, silence is golden, freedom is sweet. So here freedom and sweet has been compared, golden and silence, and sea and emerald has been compared here. So when without using as and like, if 2 things are compared, then it is metaphor. Here there are 10 questions which you have to answer. It is very easy question. Go through all the questions. I am just going to explain one question here, that you see that what does the girl yearn for? Yearn means wish for or wanted to, what the girl wanted to. So you have to write in your own words what she wanted to, and remaining questions are easy. You can easily get the answer. I hope you might have understood these all stanzas and you will be able to answer very nicely. Just write your comments, share the video, and if you have any doubt you can write as a form of comment. Thank you. Have a nice day.